Hello, it's AKA Claudette with the 13 Signs Sky Astronomy Report. I've got a new name now. And I'm doing this video really just on a whim, or say I'm following the symbol of 1111 because I had just listened to a video as I was in the middle of wanting to put these positions of the planets up for the full moon. But I started listening to this video because I saw my 1111 story talking about someone who kept seeing 1111, and I'm one of them. There's quite a few people, and there's groups and everything. And I listened to his story, and he was just saying I was following 1111, and this happened, and so I went for it, and going on. And I was so fascinated by the story, but I said, let me hurry up and do this planetary astronomical positions for the new moon. Sorry, the full moon. That's going to be in a few hours. And when I pulled up the chart or the positions, I found a lot of 11s in it. I just felt really touched by that. The symbolism. It is like, I don't know, there's so much that you cannot believe, but there's so much that you can believe if you want to. There's so much energy out there. It's just really how you use it and how you interpret it. So one of the things that I found amazing that I just discovered this year was that all the air signs, the symbols for them are two lines. So I just want to make it clear to you. Can you see the two lines of Gemini? It's just two lines. And then you have Libra, it's two lines. One line is straight, one line has a curve in it. And then Aquarius, you have the two lines, the two wavy lines. And, Gemini has two lines in it. Yeah, anyway, so I thought, I'm going to just go do this video now for you because I want you to have it, because I'm getting more and more confident about just really shaking up the Western astrology world, because I honestly think that we're ready to go to the next level and taking information from ancient wisdom, like we embrace yoga. I would like us to embrace the ancient wisdom of astrology, which is astronomy. And that's why I call it 13 signs, because of the fact that, yes, there is a 13th constellation space that is on the same plane on our ecliptic that we are now conscious of, and therefore, if it's part of our reality, we should not ignore something that is part of our reality. It just shrinks your knowledge. So, yeah, let's go through the chart. This is the Monday positions of the planets. And also, I know it's late because it's Tuesday. I did a podcast already. I have a podcast, but I'll put this on YouTube. So here, let's start with the moon, which is at 11 degrees of Gemini. And it's full because it's opposing the sun in Sagittarius. But because this is a astronomical chart that doesn't have the tidy 30 degrees, this is all mathematics. It's not going to be the same degree. It's going to be 15 degrees of Sagittarius. And what's interesting about this is also we have Venus here at 13 degrees. So Venus and the sun are opposing the moon. And what's important, like I said, I'm kind of getting ready to go hard with the Western astrology, just to shake it up a bit. Sometimes shake it up a bit so people will wake up. If you wake that up and you go, okay, if you have Western astrologers talking about the moon being in Cancer and all the Cancerian things, which are totally a different energy than the Gemini things, then you need to know, especially when it's a full moon. It's really, an intensity of the moon. And they're saying, oh, it's a full moon. It's intense because it's in Cancer and Cancer rules the moon. And yeah, astronomically it does, but the moon is not in Cancer. The moon is ruled by Cancer, but this moon is actually in Gemini. So what do we need to know about that? Yeah. And that is, I'm not saying I can tell you what we need to know about that, but I'm just here to say, let's start observing what's happening in our skies and see if there's a connection, what's happening with us here on this planet. So we have the moon at 11 degrees Gemini. We have the North Node at 17 degrees Cancer. And we have nothing in Leo or Virgo, but we have Mars and Jupiter very close together in Libra, air sign. We have Mercury going straight in the 13th sign of Fucus at 11 degrees. So this is like a key, think. We've got Mercury, communication is connected to Gemini. Now, if you did not follow the astronomy of this, you would think, oh, it has nothing to do because the moon's in Cancer. But now that you know Mercury, the moon is in Gemini, and you know that Mercury rules Gemini, then you can hone that energy, that positivity there instinctively, because the moon is something things and information that we know instinctively. Okay, then we have Saturn in Sagittarius at 5 degrees, Venus at 13 degrees, Sagittarius, as I said before, the moon is at 15. We have Pluto close by at 22 degrees. And we have Neptune at 14 degrees, Aquarius. And last but not least, standing still, ready to go forward finally. And I hope it gets out of Pisces just to see if the energy changes. We have here the planet Uranus at 32 degrees, and the SD means it's stationary. Thank you for listening. And yeah, if you have any questions, I have a Sky Astrology page on Facebook, and you can connect with me on skyastrology.com or aka Claudette on Instagram. Have a good full moon and know that the energy is in Gemini.